Hello guys, how you doing? How you doing? It's of course your boy Mason here. I just want to say thank you so much for being with me, and thank you so much for the love and support that you guys give me, and thank you so much for the encouragement and the words of encouragement that I get from some of you guys. Okay, obviously here at the Metaphysical Academy, it's all about teaching metaphysics, and it's all about motivation and inspiration. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we want to talk about the law of manifestation. Today, I want to tell you that you can create anything that you want into your life, and you can attract and make possible anything that you desire to have or to experience into your life. I know to a lot of people who aren't aware of metaphysics, who aren't aware of how the law of attraction works, this might sound like a wild dream, a pipe dream, a delusion, words of a delusional person, individual. But I want to tell you, this is a reality. This is a possibility. As a matter of fact, this is a fact that can happen to any one of us. You do not need to have any special capabilities to do that. You do not need to have any special human powers to do that. This is something that can only happen to you if you understand how the principles of manifestation and of reality work. Okay, so when we're talking about manifestation, what are we talking about? What do we mean when we say you can manifest anything into your reality? What are we talking about? What is manifestation? So let's start off from there. Now, manifestation is basically the materialization of a thing thought, the materialization of a thing hoped for or wished for, the embodiment of something unseen, or the embodiment of something that is obscure. So in other words, it is the transmutation of something that has just been thought of. When you bring into existence something that you have just created in your mind, and it eventually appear in your reality, that's what manifestation works. That's what manifestation is. And pretty much that's how it works. Now, in order for you to fully and totally understand and conceptualize the whole ideation behind a manifestation, you first of all need to understand what reality is. Because if you do not understand what reality is and how reality works, I'm pretty much 99.9% you're not gonna manifest anything at all. And you know why I'm saying that? It's because you first of all need to know who you are. And when you're talking about reality, I'm talking about the self. And when talking about reality, I'm talking about the being, the sense of being. Who are you? If you can answer that question, pretty much you're not gonna understand how manifestation works. So let me just remind you who you are. A lot of us, we probably have never asked ourselves that question: who am I, or who are you? The simple answer to the question, who am I, it is, I am who I am. That is the simple answer to the question, who are you? I am who I am. That's you. That's your name. That's your reality. That's your description and definition of who you are. So, but we're going to try to expand a little bit more to the whole idea of who are you. You see, some of us, and a lot of us, to be quite honest, we are under the assumption that we are our physical body. We think if somebody asks you who are you, we describe our physiology, and sometimes we describe our ego. Sometimes we describe our ethnicity, and we describe our geographical location, or we describe the society that it brought us up. We think when somebody asks you who are you, we identify ourselves with our physical self and the geographical location we came from. But the question, who are you, it's a lot deeper than that, because your body, your flesh and bones, is nothing else but just an avatar. This is just a representation, or this is something that you need for you to exist and to function and to manifest into this reality. Without this body, you cannot experience the senses of this physical dimension. So this body is it's not you, but the light or the divine consciousness that is within you. This is what animates this body, and that's the real you. That's who you are. So basically, if somebody asks you who are you, you are the divine consciousness or the divine light, okay, that comes from the absolute. So once you've conceptualized that, once you've understood that and figured out that that's who you are, you can put two and two together and say, okay, now I know that the physical body is just a flesh and bones, it's just an avatar, but the real you, of course, is the light behind or animating this avatar. So when we are saying you can't attract anything or you can't manifest anything into your life, basically what we are saying, you as a spirit, because you are a spiritual entity, you are a spiritual being. That means you've been given the capability of the divine. You are part of the divine. As a matter of fact, you are the divine. You are God in flesh. That's what you are. So once you figure that out here, that's when you're going to understand you can create anything. You are a co-creator. You can create anything from your own abstract thoughts. Anything that you want to appear into your physical reality can be created in your mind. So when we say you can manifest and create anything that you want into your life, it's very, very possible, as long as you've got the potential and the capability to think and to create. Because everything that is in physical reality starts off from the mind or from the abstract thought. So you can't create anything from your mind. So whatever that you have always wanted to happen or to experience into this reality, in this three-dimensional reality that we call physical life, first of all, starts off from the non-physical. So when we're talking about manifestation, we're talking about the materialization of an abstract thought. The abstract thought is coming from the mind. So your mind creates a reality, whether it's an object or an experience. So once you have thought about this thing in your mind, what's going to happen is it's going to manifest itself as a physical form. But for it to manifest itself as a physical form, there's certain principles that we need to adhere to, certain rules, certain conditions that we need to adhere to. Because if we don't, it's going to be difficult for it to manifest. Number one, like I said, you need to know who you are. You need to know that you are the creator. You need to know that you are a powerful being and a powerful entity. You are not your flesh and bones, and you are definitely not your ego. Because a lot of us, we think we are our ego, but our ego is nothing else but an accumulation of experiences and beliefs and indoctrination that we have accumulated over the years, and we have kind of like put it into our psyche and identify with it. But that's not you. So we have identified that you are not your ego and you are not your flesh and bones. So who are you? You are a divine creator. So once you understand that, that's number one. Number two, you need to know that whatever that you create in your mind, believe it's already done. So we are talking about faith here. You need to believe what you have created, because there's no point creating something in your mind and you're having doubts about it. So believe that it's already done. The fact that you've just thought about something and the fact that you have created it in your abstract thought in your mind, it simply means the thing is there already, but it hasn't appeared yet in the physical form or in the physical reality. But it's already there. So you need to believe that it's already done. That's number 2. Have faith or have total belief in what you've created in your mind. That's number 2. Number 3, you need to visualize as if it's there in front of you. Yes, I said it's kind of like interlinked with number 2. Yes, you have thought about something and you believe that it's already done. The other thing is visualize that it's right in front of you. What is it that you want to manifest into your life? You want to manifest a car, a brand new car. Be specific of what car you want. Visualize yourself driving that car. Visualize yourself with that car parked right in front of your doorway, of your driveway. Visualize yourself going on holidays or going to work driving that car. Feel the seats, feel the interior of the car. Look at the engine, change the tires, put oil, put petrol or diesel, whatever it is, in your car. Visualize yourself doing all those things before it even materializes in the physical form. So by doing all this, so that's number 3. Number 4 is to never, ever doubt yourself. I think this is the most important thing. Never, ever doubt yourself. Do not even question, like, how am I gonna have this car? I ain't got money, too much money in my bank account. How is it possible that I'm gonna have this car? I even haven't got a driving license. How is it possible I'm gonna have this car? I can't afford it. I'm rubbish with money. I can't afford it. How is it possible that I'm going to have this car? I can't see myself having this car. You are doubting yourself, because you have to remember, everything that you want and hope to have in life is already there. The reason why it hasn't appeared into your reality is, number 1, is because you haven't called it, you haven't commanded it to come into your reality. You haven't attracted it. You haven't told it to come into your reality. Number 2, you haven't believed in yourself. You haven't believed how powerful, majestic, divine you are, that you can create and have anything into your life just like that, out of nothing. So anything that you want is already there. There is a car there is thousands, hundreds of millions, trillions of cars out there that are just waiting to manifest. But by calling, visualizing, having faith, and totally believing who you are, and totally believing in the car that you have just manifested, it's just going to come in front of you. I'm just talking about a car, but it could be anything. What is it? Is it a marriage? Is it a house? Is it a new job? It's anything pretty much that you desire to have can be created just by the power of thinking, just the power of thought. Because a lot of us, normally the grand mistake that we do is that we try to overthink things. We try to overanalyze things, and by overthinking and overanalyzing things, that's when we get it wrong, because we're going to be doubting ourselves. We're going to be looking at things. We're going to look at the full picture. We're going to be like, look, I don't get enough money. I haven't got much savings in my account. There is no way I'm going to afford to do that. See, that is the doubting Thomas, that is a state, that is a discipline in your mind. That is a discipline in your mind that needs to be changed. So that is the doubting Thomas. You have to remember, our mind has got so many disciplines. It's about 12 of them. The 12 disciplines of our mind, we need to change them into disciples. Let me repeat that again. The 12 disciplines of our physical self, our physical mind, they need to be changed into disciples. They need to work for your consciousness. Because you are conscious, you are the Son, you are the divine consciousness, you are God in flesh. But the God in flesh needs the 12 disciplines or the 12 disciples to follow it. Let me repeat that again, because I'm teaching you esoteric teachings here. The divine consciousness, which is who you are, it needs the 12 disciplines of your mind to be changed into 12 disciples. That's what what it's all about. So do not ever, because most of us, one of the biggest mistakes that we do is we let our mind do the ownership or the conquering and the totalitarian governance of the self. Your mind works for you. Do you know what I mean? Your mind should be over there, and you should be over there, and let your mind work for you. But most of us, we live in autopilot. We let our mind go over there, and we are over here. And whatever the mind is thinking, we just follow through because we live on autopilot. But what you have to remember, your mind consists of two things, or two minds. The conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is just analytical. It analyzes things. To go back to our example, the conscious mind is going to be looking at it as like, look, we haven't got much money in our bank account. There's no way we're going to afford this new car. There is no way you're going to afford this new house. You haven't got the qualifications for this job that you want to go for, so there's no way you're going to be hired. You haven't got the personality or the discipline or the qualities of the man that she is looking for or he is looking for. So there's no way I'm going to get married to him or to her. There is no way I'm going to have this kind of life that I want. So that's your mind saying that. That's your conscious mind saying that, because it analyzes facts and figures and information that's in front of you. Now you've got another mind, which is the subconscious mind. Now the subconscious mind is an accumulation of all the beliefs that you've had over the years, all the past failures, all the past indoctrinations, and everything that you've been told by your parents, by your society, or from books, or from everybody else, and you've come to believe that. So again, it's going to be telling you, look what happened before. Look what happened 5 years ago. Look what happened 10 years ago. Remember what Mr. A told you. Remember what your mom told you. Remember what your dad told you. Remember what your friends told you. So how is it possible that you're going to have this car, this house, or this lifestyle, or this career? There is no way. So this is your mind that is bombarding you with all this information. And if your mind is over there, you're just going to be following through what your mind does. But if you turn it around, flip the switch, okay? You go over and your mind goes over, and you tell your mind what you want. Because remember, you are the consciousness. Consciousness, divine consciousness, tells its mind what it wants. And the mind is going to work at its best potential in your favor. So ladies and gentlemen, to summarize it quick, you can manifest anything that you want. You've got the power to create anything that you want. Manifestation is the materialization of an abstract thought or something unseen and bring or transmutated into existence, physical existence. Everything that you want to have or everything that you want to experience is already there in the unseen world, in the non-physical form.